G'day, g'day. You are listening to the Stephen and Kerrod Show with Kerrod and Stephen.
Or the Kerrod and Stephen Show.
Which
Stephen
one
and
is it?
Kerrod. Oh, mate, I'll stuff it up.
It's all right.
For sure.
It can change on a weekly basis as long as it's got both of our names in it. That like swap. each
Yeah,
time.
that's swap. That's the ideal situation.
That's the ideal situation. Anyway,
On debut. First
Yeah.
podcast. G'day, guys.
Welcome us. Go us.
So, yeah, listening to the voice of Stephen here.
And I am Kerrod.
Yeah.
Stephen, how are you doing today, mate?
Good. Yourself?
I'm not too bad, thanks.
Bit of a busy day, isn't it, in terms of news, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, I tell you what. Busy week.
Yeah, we'll
Busy week.
get to that a bit further down the podcast,
We
though, I
will.
think.
Yep.
So tell us a bit about yourself, Kerrod.
So I am an ECU student. I'm studying journalism and broadcasting. I'm in my second year, and I'm enjoying it. It's going well.
It's good here, isn't it? The
It's
facilities are insane. Like, we're recording in ECU facilities right now.
We are, and they are amazing.
They're so good. Like, nothing I've seen. Like, up there with professional standards. And because I do stuff at the ABC, and this is as good as anything they have. You know,
Yeah,
like,
100%. Yeah, it's just a great environment.
a lot of taxpayer dollars in
Oh, I'll tell
this
you what, mate.
facility.
They better not be annoyed about it.
And we're giving back to the people.
We are,
We're
we
giving
are.
them value for their money.
I 100% agree. I couldn't agree more, mate.
No, we're doing them a service for sure. I'm Stephen, second year student at ECU as well, studying broadcasting and film and video.
Yeah,
And
nice.
absolute sport fanatic, so hopefully they'll come through in this podcast. But yeah, I guess my goals for the future are to either do sports commentary or do talkback radio. I'd love to, make a living out of just chatting with you, Kerrod.
Oh, tell you what, mate, that'd be the dream, wouldn't it?
Be ideal, yeah.
It'd be
So where are
ideal.
you going? Where's your...
Oh, look, it's
plan?
the journalism industry. You have to be quite versatile. So I think in terms of where I'm going, I'm not 100% too sure. I'd love to go into something like this, radio work or something that requires a lot of versatile skills. So I'd love to do written work as well as radio work, TV work, whatever, really.
When I met you, I was like, this man, he has silky vocal cords.
Oh,
he
no.
needs to get in a radio
Oh.
studio.
It's a pity
here
radio's
we are.
It's a pity radio's gone downhill. Hey?
Nah.
We're
The
bringing it
podcasts
back.
are going up.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah, podcasts are going up, so...
100%.
No, it's good to see that, a year and a half after that, I've got you in a studio here in front of a mic.
Who would have thought?
It's like
Who
I'm
would've thought?
I'm seeing my kid grow up. I'm so proud of the result.
Oh, I feel very special now, Stephen. I feel like we met on the first day, didn't we?
We sure did,
We
yeah.
sure did. What was that? Media and social
Yeah,
content?
digital...
Oh.
digital communications or...
That's the one.
Although class we didn't really do a lot in.
we won't talk too much about that unit. It's a bit of a meme.
Anyone at ECU knows that it's a bit of a joke unit. Like, I don't know, you got to do it, and it's one that if you didn't have to do it, I don't think they'd have many kids in that class every year.
I'll tell you what, I can't see myself going back and doing that unit.
Yeah,
if I had
no.
failed it, I think I just would have gone, no, you know
different
what?
uni.
Yeah, different
Yeah,
unit.
it's
Just, no, I'm going to Curtin.
But then you
straight
want to
out.
miss these facilities. So
I know, and
you've
that's
gotta
the
stick
thing.
through.
But it's good that we're here. We're live from Radio ECU Studios, and it sounds fabulous.
Yeah, no, it does sound good. Although I'm getting used to hearing myself through the headphones and like talking. I don't like it at all.
No,
I think
just crank the headphones down.
yeah,
a little
maybe
bit,
I know, but then
We're,
yeah,
it's
I don't
quite
know.
a weird thing hearing yourself talk,
Yeah.
and listening to yourself, because usually when you talk, it sounds different to like how you actually
Yeah,
sound
and
to other people.
before as well, I've recorded stuff and listened back to it, and that's fine because it's two. But it almost sounds like there's two different voices talking,
Yeah.
and that's messing with me
messing
head.
with your head, as long as there's not two people inside your head.
Because
mate,
like
you're
you
all right.
sound the same through my headphones, you sound like the same person, just two different.
Same
yeah.
goes for you. Same goes for
Yeah.
you. It's like I'm just having a normal conversation with myself. And I don't know, it's
yeah,
weird.
no,
it's
it's
hard to
weird.
explain.
It's definitely weird, but we'll get used to it. This podcast will get.
It will get better.
Yeah.
It's gonna get, no, this is it.
This
This
is our
is the
best.
peak. This is our finest work so far.
So yeah, speaking of the podcast, what to expect in the future for this podcast? We have big dreams, don't we?
We have big
We
aspirations.
have huge dreams.
I think we are. I think we could go far with it.
I believe in us.
I believe in us, 100%.
Yeah.
I think we've got a combination of people that are both dedicated and looking forward to the future. And
Yeah,
I think
and-
that we can go a long way with it.
Yeah, and we just in the media industry, there's only so much you can learn at uni. But
Exactly.
sometimes you meet people and you're just like, they have what it has to be behind the microphone. Like when I met you, I was like, this kid needs to be behind a
Oh,
microphone.
stop it.
I feel as if, as well,
Flattering.
for those who don't know Karen, he's just the kind of bloke who just makes friends wherever he goes. Like he just, I don't know, he's just nice to everyone.
Jeez,
and
I'm going red, mate. You gotta stop it.
I just got to let the listeners know how much of a great bloke you are.
All three of the listeners who probably know me anyway.
Yeah, nah, fair call. But people will come back to this one when they, in like 5 years' time, when they start listening to us.
When we're famous,
they'll come back to this and be like, "Where did it start?"
this is the roots. This is the origin.
And basically, yeah, we're making our own Cinderella story. We're coming from, nothing and trying to build up a future for ourselves, and hopefully all goes well.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. Not a bad start. We're 6 minutes into the podcast, mate.
Oh, jeez.
We've barely made any mistakes.
Yeah, we're powering through it.
We are powering through it.
Yeah,
actually.
so for the podcast,
yes.
we'll have an intro eventually.
We
We'll have
will.
an intro by the time this goes up.
We
Someone
definitely
will have
will.
recorded an intro.
We definitely
At
will.
the moment, we're just kind of jumping in the studio and seeing how it goes.
And the thing is, at the moment, it's just us two. So we're looking forward to working with other people to.
and we have some interest from other people.
We
as
definitely
well.
do. We definitely do. We got a couple of mates that are willing to help us out. And stuff,
And I
so-
think as well, it's great because we want to build a website as
Mm-hmm.
well as this. So I feel the podcast will go up on the website, obviously, when the website's up.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like you're doing journalism, I'm doing journalist units. People we're in classes with will want to write articles for that website.
Yep.
And if we all kind of write stuff and create content, and like film and video students might want to put some stuff out on our website, and if we all kind of just use each other to get more exposure,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like a win-win for everyone, right?
It's a win-win situation.
Like
for
I feel
sure.
like eventually, looking further into the future, but if the website picks up enough traction, you can start getting advertisements on it, and
Yep.
people can start earning money for their articles they write or the content they
work.
create.
100%, and that's where we're looking at going. Really, just
That's it,
having our
yeah.
own almost outlet, I
Yeah,
suppose.
building a community of
Building
like
a community.
students who
Exactly.
who want to tackle this media field.
Yep.
And we'll be having interviews with some of our mates who will be in that website and other, musos or
Yeah.
people with special talents. But we'll try to build a community of people who are just trying to tackle this media field and make a job of it.
Yeah.
Because we have friends who are doing like wedding photographies and stuff like that. Just trying
Whole
to
heap of stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
just get them foot in the door, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that this is a good way to do it. Full student-based project. We don't really have anyone telling us what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And in one way, that's a good thing, and in another way, that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
But
we
hey,
learn from our own mistakes.
Exactly.
and,
We're just going to learn from it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Exciting news as well in terms of professionalism. A mate of ours, Brendan, who's doing photography, he's next week says he needs some people to do some modelling shots for one of his units. So he's got to hire out a studio.
Righto.
So, I mean, I've already said I'll do it, but I thought it could be a good idea if you come as well and we get some shots for the social media. And
Mate,
for
we can 100% do that.
I think we're going in a good direction. I think, although it seems naive and silly, like I think we are warranted in this dream we have, and we've kind of set stones to get there.
Yeah.
Although it looks in the future, the hardest thing will be getting the website up because I just don't know much about that.
We should have paid more attention in digital
Yeah.
design and technology, mate. That's all it is.
But once that's up and we've got that under control, I think really we're on a good path.
Realistically, yeah, path to greatness, could you call it?
Yeah, you could do. You definitely could.
or a
Rename the podcast.
The path to greatness.
The
There we
path
go.
to
The path to
greatness.
greatness with Stephen and Karen. How about that?
No,
I'm down. I'm down for that.
It's easier name to remember for sure.
It is. It's a bit optimistic.
Yeah. So, in terms of things to expect from this podcast, I suppose be lots of interviews, news wrap, sports wrap, news about ourselves. I guess we'll try and keep you guys as involved in our lives as we see fit. You'll almost feel like you know us, I suppose, by the end of it, because we're just having a chat with mates, and you're invited. You're invited
Everyone's
into our
invited.
lives.
It's
so,
a big party. It's a big party.
and we'll have backgrounders eventually.
Yep.
Sports wrap every week, and
your tips and your multi.
oh yeah, Sportsbet was updating
How's
as
it
we
going?
started.
Is it-
I don't know. I'll have to look, but yeah. Maybe Stephen's multi every week, or someone else on the website if they want to write some
We could
articles.
We could get some guest multis as well.
Yeah. No, that's it. Everything's very exciting for the future, I think, and definitely if you even just having a bit of a chuckle now. Stick around because it's getting better. Like
it will get better.
It's definitely getting better than this. I still think, you know, we're not putting out terrible content, but
No, I wouldn't imagine so.
I think we're definitely on a path to bigger and better things. And if we can make a living out of this one day and kind of almost show the way for other students as well, if this works, you know, if just getting stuff out there and doing stuff helps yourself and helps us make a future out of this. I don't know why other students couldn't just do it in the age we're in, you know?
Yep.
You can just put stuff out yourself, which we're going to do, and hopefully create our own path.
Yeah, and I'm 100% down for that.
Yeah,
I think
very
that's the way to
excited.
go. It's very exciting.
Very
it's very exciting.
exciting.
Oh, righto. So, we're now going to move on to our little bit of a news wrap for this week. Now,
Take it away, Karen.
Stephen.
You've been absolutely loving the news
Stephen.
this week, and I've just been so oblivious to it all.
What is better than politicians having a go at each other?
Oh, I don't know, sport.
Nothing, mate. Absolutely nothing. It has been an incredible week's worth of politics, and I'm not a politician. A political, you know, I don't really follow a certain party. I don't really spend much time looking
I
at.
just know so little about it.
And I was exactly the same up until about 3 days ago, and now I know everything.
Yeah, right. I just
don't
know
know anything.
Dad's just been on the ABC 24 feed and just been looking at it constantly, like, because they've got their station ABC 24 or whatever, 24 News.
Yeah.
And it's just all that's been on there, so he's
It's,
been well into it.
So back to the leadership.
Yeah, this
spiel.
leadership spill. Tell me about
Jeez,
it, Karen.
I'll tell you
Inform
what,
me
mate.
and inform our listeners who, like me, have just not been paying attention.
I'm jumping out of my skin, mate. Now, I watched The Bachelor, right? Now,
I'm shaking my noggin, but continue.
and I was too before I started watching it. But I thought that there was drama on The Bachelor, mate. You wait until you see these politicians, right? Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull
yeah.
was challenged by Peter Dutton.
Yeah, I did hear this.
Yes.
Yep. And Turnbull won, right?
So first round, Turnbull won, 45-38.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So it was people saying it's close, and apparently that is close. I don't know too much about politics, but apparently it's close.
I think you would want a large majority.
You would, you
to
know
the majority of people behind you,
Exactly.
support you, and
exactly.
yeah.
So that happened, and then a couple of days later, Peter Dutton decided to return, pop his little head up again.
Well, he challenged again.
He challenged again. So in he comes. He's had his first run. He's had a crack at the Prime Minister. He's gone, you know what? I didn't win this time, but I'm not giving up.
Is there no cap on how many times?
No, you can go. This can go for years, mate. And
Just every day, Dutton gets challenging.
I'm just thinking of a government where just the same bloke just keeps coming up again and again and again. So he's challenged again. Anyway, the second time, other people got involved. Good old ScoMo. Scott Morrison's come in.
Yeah,
Treasurer. There's also Julie Bishop. Julie Bishop got kicked out.
Was she Foreign Affairs? Is that?
She was Foreign Affairs.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She's also from Perth, and she comes into my IGA all the time.
Oh, real?
Yeah, 100%.
Bit of a name drop from Gary. Look at him. You guys are like best friends, hey?
We're tight, man. We're pretty tight. Like, yeah.
I was crossing my fingers for those who, are listening. Eventually, we will be filming this.
This will be filmed. And
Yeah,
I'm
when
looking
we
forward to that.
get a budget and chuck it on YouTube or whatever.
Get a camera after we got to plan out some financial stuff. It's
We don't have the highest budget.
We're pretty tight with our money, eh?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I'll just keep explaining what I'm doing until we get a camera. But yeah, okay. So Julie Bishop, ScoMo,
ScoMo, and Peter Dutton, because Malcolm Turnbull's gone. You know what? Stuff it. Not having a bar of it. So he's sitting out of it. It's now between the other three.
So did he step down?
So he was going to have to eventually.
Right. So it's pretty much push or jump.
It's pretty much
Is that what it was?
you're gone kind of thing.
Yeah. It was the old, like, the AFL coach. You either retire or you get pushed out. You push or you jump.
That's
Is that
the one.
basically what it's done?
Just got told to hang up the boots, mate.
Yeah, right.
So he did the noble thing, and he pretty much hung up the boots. Anyway, that's probably wrong because I don't really know how this stuff works. Anyway, turns out after all these challenges by Peter Dutton, the man that everyone thought was going to win, his party thought he was going to win, ScoMo comes out on top.
So wait, was it just his party voting?
Yes, so it's the Liberal Party.
Yeah, right.
So
So
Liberal-
everyone in the Liberal Party thought Peter Dutton was going to win, and
The
everyone in the Liberal Party didn't vote for Peter Dutton. They're just telling him lies.
No one likes you, Peter. Just go, mate. You just
Yeah,
go.
right.
Just go. So, yeah, that's the a bit of an unfortunate couple of days for Peter Dutton. He would have had his hopes
Yeah.
nice and high, thinking that he had the support of his mates, and they've just gone and stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, right.
How you feel about that, mate?
I don't know. I feel as if I don't know enough about the candidates. Like I don't know enough about ScoMo and Dutton and all that. But I feel as if I don't know all of the people who aren't the Prime Minister, or like the parliamentarians, see it as a career, right? So
Yeah.
they see it as like this is my job. So we need someone who's going to win the election.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just always constantly turning to find someone who will win the election rather than someone that will make a change.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if Turnbull stood up and went, screw it, we're going to make some tough changes, but it's better for the future. And Australia would respect that, I think, eventually. Like they'd come around to it. Because now they've scrapped all the stuff on climate change and stuff, right?
The energy policy.
which comes across as a bit cowardly.
You would think so, yes.
But you think if, they stood up and they're like, we're going to raise taxes for a couple of years, but we'll get ourselves back into, a profitable situation and we'll save the environment by cutting this and cutting that. Australia would be like resistant at first, but we'd come around to it and be like, wait on, we're doing the right thing for the future.
Yeah.
But even if a Prime Minister stood up, I always thought I could just do it and then I'd stand up there and be like, this is a change I'm going to make and you guys have to deal with it, a bit of tough love. But then your party would kick you out.
Exactly.
Because their job's on the line as well.
You can't please everyone.
You almost need to, everyone in that system needs to change their mindset for the benefit of the future, I suppose.
That's the thing. That's the benefit of the party from their point of view.
Yeah, over the benefit of Australia.
Over the benefit of Australia.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And, that's up for hot topical debate.
Yeah.
Which we could go on for hours and hours about.
Yeah.
Which we're not going to.
We're not going to.
We're not going to.
Are we running out of time?
We are.
Oh, wow.
We're on 19 minutes at the moment.
Oh, that's okay. I guess this goes as long as it goes for.
It does.
We were planning for our first one to go for like 20 minutes,
About
30
20.
minutes.
It's running a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be fair.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a bit of, I don't know, getting used to it and a bit of resistance. But I guess at the end of the day, we're just two mates having a chat. So
That's really all it is. And
this is what we do every day. Like
this is just a daily conversation, really.
It's good just for a catch up.
It is, have a glass of water and,
Yeah.
rather than a beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm driving to uni, so
We will have to do a show from the TAV. That could be on the cards.
live crowd and play some games. And
You would like to think so, wouldn't you?
that'd be great. Last week of semester.
Play a bit of charades, a bit of
Oh yeah, whatever.
ping pong.
It doesn't have to be PG. We can play beer pong. You can say that.
Oh, we can play beer pong.
Like, mate, this isn't a PG podcast. I mean, we're not swearing.
We're not
but-
swearing. We're going to try our hardest not to swear.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think, for me personally, that's a tricky thing to do.
Well, I mean, they won't hear that, but we flipping had to restart the podcast
We
because
did.
Karen starts with swearing. We haven't even got through the introduction, the old g'days. Karen's dropped the F-bomb. So, it could,
ideal. It wasn't ideal.
but now you've gone 20 minutes straight without swearing.
I haven't
so,
said anything. Jeez, I almost feel like I have to say something now.
Nah,
I feel
you,
like I haven't gone this long without swearing in a
nah,
very
you
long
get
time.
used to saying the old flips and buggers, and which is just my
Yeah.
vocabulary. 'cause
The old,
I just-
bugger.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get used to it for sure.
Stephen's go-to is flip. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
the context is. It's just always flip. And
Yeah.
I like it because you know that he's meant to be saying something else, but he's not saying
Yeah, mate,
what
you
he's
can't-
meant to be saying.
You can't incriminate me if I just say flip. Mate, it's been going on since I was like 12, and Mum's like, "What'd you say?" I'm
you
like,
say? Just
I just said flip. Get off me back.
Get away with anything if you just say flip.
Yeah. So it's all right. No, I just think, just in terms of life, it's good to get into a habit of not swearing. Like people know my intention's to swear, but
Yeah.
as well, it's just less ugly to hear swearing opposed to
Yeah.
like if I say flip, it's less ugly to hear than if I drop the F-bomb, I feel.
That's
So
100%.
it's just nicer to hear
It is.
in general conversation anyway.
They can be quite harsh sometimes.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think we're raised a little bit differently. Not that I was encouraged
You
to swear.
didn't get
or
the
anything.
old wooden spoon
No,
when
no.
you dropped it.
My brother did once. I can't remember what he
Yeah,
did,
right.
but geez, he copped a fair share of
Yeah.
yeah.
No, the older brother always cops. I'm an older brother, and like,
Yeah, right.
no, it's the worst because Andrew will do something. My younger brother Andrew, I'll like do something to him, and he'll have a laugh. And I'll do the exact same thing, and he won't tell me to stop it. He'll just get mad. He'll just like punch me, I'll go to mum and be like, Mum, Andrew's punched me. And my parents will be like, oh, what were you doing, stirring him up? Like I've always provoked him if he attacks me. And if I attack him, it's always my fault because I'm older and should have known better.
You're in a lose-lose situation.
That's
mate.
it. No, because I used to even at school, I had to study a lot. So I'd work hard and study and all that. But mum wouldn't care if I didn't, right? So I studied, I was self-motivated to study because I wanted good grades. But Andrew would be he won't study, and mum will be just on his back the whole time, just because
Really?
she cares about his results and his future. And
So how old is he? What
he's 17.
Oh, wow.
So he's going through year 12 at the moment.
Wow.
So it's a rough period for him.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, mum and dad pretty much, because he goes to Perth Modern, which is the academic excellence school in Perth.
Definitely.
So as soon as he got accepted into Perth Modern, mum and dad pretty much gave up on me as an educational future.
But look where you are now, mate.
That ECU. It's not the peak of beauty. It's not the pinnacle.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's a pinnacle for what I want to do, I suppose. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to uni to do software engineering or something.
He'll be at the University of Melbourne in no time. He'll be
Yeah,
at Harvard. He'll be
something he actually gets paid for. You know?
Don't go into broadcasting.
Nah, do it. It's lots of fun.
It's so much fun.
It's lots of fun.
Now, Stephen, I believe you have some icebreakers. Are we going to pull them out?
Oh yeah, we've been talking for a while.
We have been talking for a while, and I completely forgot about the whole icebreaker thing.
And you didn't even have any. You had more news wrap for me, which I was meant to hear as well. But we'll finish the news wrap and then maybe some icebreakers.
Let's do that.
Then,
Let's do that. All right, Bob Catter.
Bob Catter, yeah.
Good old mate Bob Catter with the big hat and the weird ass nose.
Yes, I do know Bob Catter.
You know the one?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's an interesting man. You remember the whole crocodile and gay marriage thing that came out a couple of months ago? Well, he's had another doozy, mate. He's had another absolute
Because
doozy.
he was in that first one, wasn't he? He was like, why are we talking about gay marriage? One in, I don't know, somebody in Queensland. Yeah, I remember that.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fraser Anning, who is a member of his party,
Right.
had his opening speech in Parliament last week
Okay.
and butchered it, right?
Right.
Talking about the final solution in terms of
Oh,
Hitler and...
that's Nazi.
Yeah,
related
it's
stuff,
a bit
right?
much, bit sensitive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So he hasn't butchered it in terms of he just can't talk. He's just said some awful things.
he's just said some really, really awful things. Bob Catter then comes out in full support, which you would do if it's if he's part of your party.
You got to protect yourself at some stage as well.
Exactly. So he's backing him and saying, his speech was great and stuff. Then goes on to talk about how, rather than being at university, Fraser Anning was out working, putting up fences and digging mines and all this kind of stuff. Saying, he didn't go to university. He doesn't know the power of his words. Mate. So he has a crack at his own mate.
Oh, see, okay. I thought when you initially said that he was going to use that as he's just an everyday Australian. You know how flipping Pauline Hanson uses the old, I'm just a chippy. Yeah, I thought that, but no, he's pretty much come out and said his own party's illiterate.
And he's just ripped him.
Right.
And I think his intention was to be he was a working class man and, he's built his way up to this point. But geez, he had a go at him. Far out.
Just called him dumb, eh? Just spastic.
That's he would have been better off saying that.
Yeah,
I think
right.
that, anyway. And once again, I don't know much about politics, but...
Yeah, see, I'm hearing this for the first time.
They
it sounds
might-
like he's thrown his mate under the bus.
100%. So that's about it for the news wrap.
Yeah, well, I feel the ice is well and truly broken, but
I think
do you
so.
want to do these icebreaker questions?
Let's do it. Because I haven't actually seen the list. I've seen the first two, so I kind of know my answer. No, I know the answer to the first one.
Yeah,
because we
right.
discussed this in class.
We did.
But I didn't actually have a look at the other ones that you put up.
Well,
So I'm looking forward to this.
I've deleted them off the
have ya?
Google Drive. You cannot see
Yes,
them.
I can see that right now that they are not there.
So I'll just be reading them off Word doc now, and you just gotta quick fire give me your answers to a few of these questions. First one, very, very topical. Sauce, pantry or fridge?
You got to go pantry.
Correct answer. I love it.
All right. 1 out of 1.
See, this is stuff as well that I'm good mates with Karen, but it's not stuff you just ask your mates. I don't know.
This is stuff that comes up in a heated debate.
So I'm learning a lot about Karen with you. with the listener.
By judging by your reaction, you're also a pantry
I'm a pantry man.
pantry kind of guy.
Yes.
Now, what people argue that it says sauce goes
Yeah,
in the fridge
on the bottle.
on the bottle. What's your
Yeah.
response to that?
I don't know. I can't read.
Just play the I can't read card.
So like that possibly could be true, but I can't confirm nor deny.
No, the writing's just too small.
Okay,
Second one.
Milo or milk first?
Oh, you got to go Milo first.
Milo first.
gotta
you
go
reckon?
Milo
I reckon it
first.
mixes better. Milo
It does.
first.
It does.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a bit of a pain because like the Milo will just sit down the bottom and then you pour the milk in and then just like floats up.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's just so much easier to stir. I take it you're also a Milo first.
I
kinda guy.
recently I've converted to Milo first.
Yeah, right.
So my whole life I was a milk first kind of fella,
Mm-hmm.
but now I've converted to Milo first. And I haven't looked back. Like
Yeah.
I think you get a better mix in Milo
I think
when
so
you
too.
put Milo first.
One of my mates would strongly disagree with what I'm saying and what you're saying, but I don't
The
believe
great
in-
Australian debate, really.
It is the great Australian. That and the sauce, you know.
Yeah, that's it. I started with two of the biggest.
There you go.
It's only going downhill from here. Do I call the segment now? Do we call
That's
the
it
show?
for today's show, guys. We're just gonna leave it at that.
All right, here's one I feel very strongly about.
Oh no.
Italian or Chinese food?
Being Italian myself, half Italian. There you go. There's another thing that you didn't know.
I
about
didn't
me.
know that about you.
The eyebrows kind of give
The
it away.
I was about to say, the eyebrows are a bit of a giveaway.
You got to go Italian, mate.
Oh, see,
gotta
I
go
don't know.
Italian.
I feel Chinese
Oh.
takeaway is well underrated.
No,
Everyone underrates it till they have it, and then you're eating Chinese takeaway, and you're like, "Geez, this stuff's good.
Yeah,
Like, it's all right."
The eating part of it's okay. I don't mind the eating part. Like I
Yeah.
love the eating part of it. It's just when you finish, you go, "Oh god," and your gut just goes, "Nah,
I
can't
don't-
have it." And then I end up chucking my guts up about
Oh,
half an hour
real?
after I finished eating it.
Mate, you
every
need to
time.
change Chinese restaurant.
It's not. It's not.
Little
it's not.
Dragon near your place isn't cutting it. You need to change up.
It's no. That's the thing. It's anyway. I could go on hours
So
about
I
that.
just, just disagree with it.
My stomach just doesn't take it. I don't know what it is.
It's funny. Like I love spicy food.
Yeah.
But spicy food always gives me the runs.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
And my mum loves, like, remember Sizzler cheese toast?
No.
Like, if you went to Sizzlers, they'd serve you cheese toast before you had your meal.
Yeah, right.
Oh, cheese toast. It was kind of just like,
Cheese on toast.
yeah, sort of, but it was like, I don't know, they had this weird recipe for it, but it tasted really good. Like,
Yeah,
I actually
right.
can't believe you never had it, but
We didn't have a Sizzlers in Bunbury.
so bobo.
Shut up!
So bobo. No, it's good stuff, but mum just can't eat it. Like,
Yeah,
it just
right.
doesn't make her feel good. All right, on to the next.
Fourth.
Smooth or crunchy peanut butter?
Oh, you gotta go crunch.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta go crunch.
Well, we're 3 from 4 so far in
Yeah.
agreement, so that's
and,
all right.
and the green one too, because the green ones are super crunchy. It's like almost
Oh,
like
yeah,
whole
yeah,
peanuts in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've gotta love it. Anyway,
Nut-
5. Sorry,
Yeah, Nutella or Vegemite?
Vegemite.
Oh, good stuff,
Yeah.
good stuff. Are you a Parma or a Parmee kind of fella? Palmy, you reckon?
Palmy.
See, my family's weird. We just say palm, like chicken palm.
Yeah, right.
There's no R
See,
or E.
That's more acceptable than saying Parma.
You reckon?
I think Parma is an over east thing.
Yeah,
whereas
right.
the Palmies are a WA.
So you know, like if you're playing footy in the schoolyard, you play King of the Pack.
Yes.
Over east, they call it like Jack of the Pack,
Why?
or like other names for it. That King of the Pack's just a WA thing,
Right.
which I just learned because like St Kilda, I think St Kilda Football Club put up a poll on Twitter or
Yeah.
Facebook or something, asking what the name of it was. Basically, they got uproar from WA people being like, "King of the Pack's not on the list, mate. Like, what are you doing?" And so they added another poll with it in. But yeah, over east they don't
No
call it King of the
way.
Pack, which is
There you go.
yeah crazy.
Have you had any incredible King of the Pack moments
Oh, in
in primary school in recent
no,
history?
well, in high school for like Lightning Carnival, which is like what you
Yeah,
have for
yep.
your sports competitions. I went and played footy there, and I hadn't played footy for about 2 years when I did like Year 9 Lightning Carnival for footy. And you ask my mates about it, it's both my single greatest and worst football moment in my career. I was playing halfback. Ball comes down. I go up for a specky, right? I get up there. Like I've never been up there
Never
before.
been up
I
there
was like
before.
surfing this bloke's head. I was up there. He puts his hands up. the ball deflects off his fingers, rises and falcons me.
Oh.
Hits me square in the nose, and I just drop without the mark.
Oh,
That would have been the greatest moment of my life, but
far out.
you can't win them all, I suppose.
You did all the hard yards, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I'm never getting up there again. I don't
No.
even know how I got up there.
Was that the last game of footy you ever played?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. So it was a career-ending blow.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't recover from that.
Hung up the boots. Yeah.
All right, last one for you. From the movie Hot Fuzz, Bad Boys 2 or Point Break?
Is it bad that I haven't seen?
You haven't seen either of
I
them.
haven't seen the three of them.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So that was a nice podcast.
Yeah.
Next week, it'll be the Stephen and someone else show. Someone else and Stephen. Because we're not inviting Karen back.
No, that's it. No.
So,
This is the last time you can hear my...
yeah, well, that was it. That was my icebreakers for you.
Oh, I like that. I think that's a good idea. I think there was a few questions in there that, definitely both have strong opinions about. And
Why do people have strong opinions about this? I don't know, but we do.
we do. It's something to be passionate
You
about.
get behind it. It divides Australia.
It's what wakes me up in the morning, mate. It's what makes me get out of bed.
Well, that's a bit extreme, but
Yeah, no, it's probably a bit much, isn't it? Yeah.
but yeah.
Except for
All
the
right.
Vegemite argument.
Yeah, that's
The Vegemite.
Vegemite on toast is alright. Are you a heavy spreader or a light spreader?
Mate, I make the perfect Vegemite and butter
Yeah,
toast.
everyone says that.
No,
everyone says that. Everyone I've talked to has been like, my way of Vegemite's the best way.
What? Hey, give us the rundown.
Well, see, you put it in the toaster.
Yeah.
And then it comes butter straight on.
Yeah.
Lots of butter.
Yeah,
Like
yes.
lots of real butter.
Yes.
And then a bit of Vegemite, not a heap of Vegemite.
Yeah. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
How much in terms of volume of Vegemite?
Oh god, I'm not measuring it, mate. I'm not. I'm not weighing my Vegemite before I put it on toast.
Well, then
It's
that's
just
why
a-
yours isn't as good as mine.
It's just like a look thing, a feel
right.
thing. But
Yeah.
there's got to be spaces, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel more butter than Vegemite.
Right.
But people I know are very heavy spreaders
Yeah.
of Vegemite. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a fan of that.
My mum has this weird thing where she doesn't eat toast hot. She'll
Oh.
cook the toast and leave it to sit on the bench for like 10 or 15 minutes and then come back to it. And I'm like,
That's whack.
that's whack.
Does she butter it before she leaves it?
No.
Oh, so the butter doesn't even
No.
melt in.
And the toast just goes dry.
Yeah, right.
Because, when you're
Not a
doing...
fan.
No.
Mrs. Kara's mum, step up your game. Like
That is her name.
one of our three listeners, Mrs. Kara's mum, step up your game. Well and
Mate.
truly.
There goes one of our listeners. Now we've only got two.
Oh well, mate.
Rightio. Are we going to head into the sports wrap
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we wrap all this up? But, hey, I think relatively...
yeah, we've done all right for a first week.
For a first week, I think we've done
Uh,
relatively well.
Yeah, sports wrap. So, big news for WA, obviously, in the Super Netball.
Yes.
The Fever in the grand final this weekend.
Yep.
Versus Sunshine Coast. So it is Sunshine Coast Lightning, for those who don't know. No, not with the lingo like me. Going to turn myself into a bit of a netball expert.
Oh, here we go.
I
yes.
played mixed one time.
Oh,
so
yeah, nice. No, you have
I'm
the
a bit of a
experience.
jet.
Yeah,
Bit of a jet. So yeah, that'll be at Perth Arena, 11 a.m. Great sport to watch, I think.
Yeah. It's very intense. You don't realise how intense netball can get sometimes.
And for a
hey?
grand final, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be on 9.
It's just-
Like,
I
I don't
just-
know.
yeah.
They're probably
Anyway.
playing flipping Bachelor repeats over it or something
Well,
like that. I don't know.
You know what? No.
But yeah, it'll be live on 9Gem for everyone here in Perth. In the last two meetings in Perth between these two teams, Perth won both, but
Oh, wow.
by a point in both games.
Oh, so it's bound to be an absolute belter.
It'll be a great game. I can't believe it's not 9. I can't believe you have to go to 9Gem to watch it. But yeah, 11 a.m. here, 9Gem.
Who are you tipping?
Perth should win at home. They should
Perth
win at home.
You would think so.
I think it's one of those games where it heavily, like, you look at it and you're like, the first question you ask when you're tipping it is, where is it played?
Yeah.
Like, because the teams are so
Yeah.
close and evenly matched.
Tight.
And Sunshine Coast are the defending champions as well.
There you go.
They won the inaugural season last year.
Yeah, right.
So they know how to win, and they know how to win in big games. But I think Perth should be too strong at home.
And-
Hopefully as well. I'm obviously biased going for Perth, being from Perth, but I think they should be too strong at
Perth finished second.
second,
Second
yeah,
on
behind
the
the Giants. And
Right.
the Lightning finished 4th, I believe.
Wow, so it's a 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting combination.
because Lightning knocked out Giants last week, the top team.
Right. We'll then move on to the EPL. Are you much of a soccer fan?
I dabble in it a bit. Dabble
Nice.
in the old
Yep.
FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah, don't
and
we
that
all?
sort.
So in this week's games, oh, actually, no, let's not talk about this week. Let's talk about last week because there were some absolute ridiculous scores. 6-1.
6-1.
Manchester City versus Huddersfield.
Oh,
6-1.
See, I had a mate who had punts on those games.
Right.
Like big. I can't. One thing I've learned is you just don't punt on soccer. Like it's
No,
so.
it's a very...
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so unpredictable.
Yep.
And yeah, I have mates who have like 11-leg multis up on soccer, and you're just
Wow.
bound to.
Wow, it's destined
Bound
to
to,
fail.
yeah, bound to cook it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I did hear about these results because of supporting me mates' multis. You just gotta hope your mates win.
You got to back them. You got to back them, even if they do make an 11 leg multi that's just never going to work out and just paying $350,000 off a $2 bet.
I mean, we've all done it before though. We've all made that ridiculous multi.
We've all been that bloke
Yeah.
in one way or another.
I've done it I had a mate of mine who we were coming back from a night out, and in the Uber at like 3 a.m. put on the 10-leg AFL multi, like same game multi.
jeez.
And he's like, you can't lose. Like, I'll guarantee, this is stealing. I can't believe they've got these markets. This is stealing. And,
Had to go for it.
and not one leg
Oh,
succeeded. Every
jeez.
single leg failed.
You'd like to think that you get one or two in there if
Hey,
you're
he
putting
was
on
pretty
it.
drunk.
Yeah, no, that's fair
Pretty
enough.
Footy, last
Footy,
sport, I
yes,
suppose.
Yes.
Last week, unfortunately, the Weeks didn't get up.
Yes.
So they got a win this week to confirm a top 2 finish.
Yes.
You think, I don't know, I'll throw myself out on a limb, but you think if they finish top 2, they make the grand final. You think if they have a home prelim, like if they win the qualifying and then have a home prelim, they'll be hard to beat in Perth.
You would think so.
And then we'll get smashed by Richmond at the MCG in grand final day.
100%.
But for this week, games, should we just go through and tip them, you reckon?
I reckon that's the way to go.
So tonight, Port Adelaide, Essendon. It's at Adelaide Oval. Who are you backing in?
Being at Adelaide Oval, I'm going to go with Essendon. Well, no, because you think about it, the Adelaide Oval intensity is always just so electric. It's always such a good vibe, and it's quite an intimidating place to play.
So you're still backing Essendon?
But I'm still backing Essendon because I don't think Port's going to win it.
So there was no need to bring... See, I'm backing Essendon as well, even though Port are favourites.
Yeah,
But I just don't rate Port Adelaide as a football side.
I think we're both Essendon for that one.
Yep. Both backing Essendon in.
Next game is Cats and the Gold Coast Suns. That's pretty
do we even have to
self-explanatory.
tip
Let's
that?
just Cats all the way.
Yeah, it's in Geelong. You don't even have to. I'm not even going to say my tip. I'm not even going to have to.
I'll take that as a.
It's a Geelong.
It's a Geelong tip.
You made me say it.
You didn't want me to force the words out of your mouth. Next game is almost the same.
Yeah,
I can't
Doggies.
see the Dogs getting up.
And like maybe even if it was at Etihad, it's a different story. But Richmond are invincible at the G. Like
Their streak's still going. It's just endless. It just doesn't stop.
Yeah, no, they're invincible at the G. So they'll
get up.
Pummel. Yep, Western Bulldogs, I'd suggest.
Next game
Freo Collingwood
at Optus Stadium. Jeez.
Yeah, I think Collingwood are still winners.
You would think so.
I think Sportsbet though had them at like $37 at the line or something.
This is Stephen's weekly. Is this the one?
No. But I think the line was 37 points or something.
Mm-hmm.
The old $1.90 line.
Yep.
And I think
Gonna go with it.
Possibly. I don't think Freo will lose by a ton. Like I think they might lose by like, I don't know, 20, 30 points. But I don't think they'll lose by more than that.
Right.
I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people are tipping it to be.
Anticipating.
Jeez, I'm throwing out a lot of risky tips.
You are. You're putting out some. You're pulling out some big boys. I think Collingwood's got it.
They will win.
They'll
sure,
definitely win. In terms of the margin, it could be 16. It could be 83. Who knows?
And it's a weird season as well this season in terms of a lot of games. A team will be up by like 30 points at three-quarter time, and they'll take the foot off the pedal, and the other team comes back, and then equally as often the team puts the foot on the throat, and just absolutely
crushes them.
Yeah. So it could come down to that. I think.
It could. Yeah, definitely. Next game, another one that's Carlton is just never going to win.
I feel similar about this game as the other one.
Really?
I think the line was like close to 40 points.
Wow. Game of the round, possibly. Sydney Swans and Hawks.
Yeah. I'm glad they've finally got a good game Saturday night.
Yes, it's about time.
Like a couple of weeks ago, they had Hawthorn Geelong, like first game
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Disgrace.
It just, you think that they'd put it on a time where people are going to watch it. Like,
No, this could be the game of the round for sure.
I'm tipping it to be game of the round, either that one or the old Melbourne and Giants game, which
Yeah.
we'll get to soon. Who are you tipping? You went with Adelaide for the last one too, by the way.
Yeah,
me
I
too.
went for Adelaide. Just on the record.
Just on, yeah, keep it on the record. I'm making you churn out the answers.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a hard one.
This is a hard one.
I think Sydney will be the winners. Just because, I don't know, it's at the SCG.
Yeah.
And the whole Kennett saying that... Did you see during the week, Kennett said that Buddy Franklin hasn't played a good game against Hawthorn since he left?
Yes.
I think
did
that
see
could
actually.
fuel a bit of fire in Lance. and
100%.
I think he might have a big game.
I think he's more than capable of pulling it out.
Yeah.
We know that.
No, so I think, not confidently, but I'll lock in Sydney for my tip.
I'm going to go with the Hawks.
Yeah, right. This is our first clash, I think.
This is our first clash
Yeah.
because I'm a Hawthorn supporter. And I think that we
okay,
can
fair
beat
enough.
Sydney. So
Fair enough. It'll be close, I think.
it will be a tight game.
I didn't say Sydney confidently, I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, I think it'll be a good game.
100%. On to Sunday's games. Brisbane Lion and Eagles.
Eagles should win.
You would think
So much on the line for Eagles.
Yeah.
The top two finish, 2 home finals.
Yeah.
They should get the job done.
You
No
would think
excuses.
so. No excuses. Melbourne Giants.
Giants for me.
Yep, me too.
Confidently. And they're not the favourites either.
No, they're not.
So I was talking to you beforehand. They were at like $2.80.
Yep.
On Sportsbet.
Yep.
If you bet them 1 to 39, which, I mean, they shouldn't win by more than 40 points, right?
No, you won't.
1 to 39 is like $3.30 for them to win. Yeah, 1 to 39. There's
That's
value
dangerous.
there.
That's value.
That's
That's value.
If you're looking for Stevens' tip of the
There
week,
it is. We have it.
Stevens' punt of the week.
Stevens punt of the week.
The value is definitely on. And
Take
I
note
might
of
make a
that one.
multi of that game.
Yes.
In terms of, I don't know, I'll look at disposals and
Yep.
see how that goes. But definitely Giants 1 to 39 at $3.30 is
It's
just
on.
value on the week.
It's on. We're then going to go to the final game of the round, which is St Kilda and North Melbourne.
North Melbourne should win.
North Melbourne. I think North
I
Melbourne
think-
for me.
Yep.
Absolutely beautiful. Righto. Well,
Tune in next week.
tune in next
We'll
week.
be recording every Friday.
We will be here. Radio ECU in the which production suite?
We're
are
in
we
like Studio 3 at the
Studio
moment,
3.
I
There you
think.
go.
Yeah.
This, I think I'm happy to call this home.
No, this is our home.
Oh, this is the home. Yeah. I like it. We got the blinds down. It's nice and chilly in here. We can actually get some mood lighting going, but anyway, we're about to finish, so we
We
won't
love
worry about that.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed even a little bit what you heard this week, it'll get better. It'll get...
Give us some feedback. Give us what you want to hear, what you want to listen to.
Yeah,
And
we'll start making community and
Yeah,
see how this grows.
100%. Well, thank you very much. That is the first instalment of the Stephen and Karen show with Karen and Stephen, and I nearly buggered that one up.
Hopefully that's right. Cheers, Karen.
No worries. Thank you very much, Stephen. Cheers, guys.